I'm just drawing in a few lines. That's all I'm doing today. Just getting in the basics, establishing what I'd like to have on this canvas, more or less. I still don't know whether I'm going to use a knife or a brush, but we'll see in good time. I'm not putting too many lines. I've already gotten carried away with my lines on these trees. They're not huge. They need to be fairly strong, but they're not playing such a big role in the painting that I need to worry too much about it. And maybe an old dead tree trunk in there. Maybe that's a helpful thing. With just one branch sticking off the side. And we'll lower our rocks as we move off the canvas to the left, or make them less important, I guess is what I should say. I'm probably going to wash in colors here. I'll probably just use straight raw umber for the rocks. I'll go ultramarine blue and some burnt sienna and a hint of yellow ochre probably in the trees. Main thing is I want to keep them dark. That's the main goal of working in those areas. I think they're not all evergreens, but they're all green. This is not autumn colors like the last one. Oops, got kind of generous with my stuff, with my paint there. And when I get too generous, I leave small ridges. If I'm going to use, well, it doesn't matter whether I use a knife or a brush. I don't want ridges in my wash-in. I just would prefer not to do it. So there's my ridge remover. Very expensive stuff, this, very expensive. It's incredible. Okay, let's stop fussing around in that area. I'm going to move to the side so that we can move the camera to the side so you can see this thing squared off, give you a little better idea of what I'm up to here. All right. Well, distant horizon, distant shore, distant trees, just an impression, no details in there. The most important details lie here again. I want this a little bit detailed. I would like that balance. I like the notion of your eye, sort of wending and winding its way up between these two and then up to the sky. Because this is again, same area as my last painting, my focal, the most important area, will be here. I'm not saying that's going to be the highest value necessarily, It's funny, I washed or I stained the painting, and we have sort of some lighter streaks interspersed with a few darker streaks. And that, of course, tempts a person to say, boy, that would be really cool if I were to have some darker blue clouds and then show some light from behind in horizontal areas. Because the painting is somewhat horizontal, it's a 24 by 36, I don't know, we'll reserve judgment on that until I start working on the sky. Likely going to have a foreground, the place where we stand, so to speak. Some foreground bedrock here. Probably going to have a stump sticking out of it. Oh, my hair is just out to lunch here. It's always out to lunch. Anyway, probably have a stump or, some driftwood or something. A root ball, I don't know. Hanging around on these rocks down here to give it some, like as with here, we have a little bit of vertical stuff going in, breaking up this band, right? I don't know yet. We'll see. And I may draw it and give it the dark lines before I start with the sky. I may just get impatient and want that hit of dopamine and go right into the sky. It's entirely possible. Boy, I'm going to give my head a shave here pretty quick. So, yeah, that's it. Over the weekend, I'll get this a little more organized. More than likely, I'll be jumping into the sky pretty soon. I love skies. I just, but the whole painting, this, I've done a couple paintings now. They're a little more intimate, and I think it's, for a break from that, it would be nice to do something that's more expansive, something with a little more distance, something to just, you can stretch your eyeballs a little bit. That's the plan. See you soon.